Okay, cool stuff. Welcome to my Cody Tarot Live. We've done a few of these, and I basically just answer some of your questions on here. As soon as people get on, we get the ball rolling. Yeah, let's get going. I probably won't be on super long. Well, actually, let me turn my air down real quick before we start this. That way I have more stamina. Great. Okay. Yeah, air's turned down. Hi, Planty. What's going on? Your first one here. Drina, hey, what's up? So my cool air is turned down, and we've got the cards out, ready to answer some questions. FDI says, hey, love, fires, heart. Hi, Cody. Hey, guys. So many hellos today. Plenty13 says, I've decided to distance from Matt for a bit. How is it affecting him? So Planty distanced himself from Matt. How is it affecting him? Okay. Okay. He's feeling a little torn down. I see he's going to get through it, but there's a feeling of Matt feeling like there's either something physical in his life that's like he's dealing with right now. It almost feels like he's dealing with something that's broken physically in his life at the same time he's dealing with how this is affecting him, or he's associating something physical in his world crumbling, which could be the physicality of a relationship if you're with this person in a romantic sense. Just a strong indication of you have the Tower card essentially, and with the Six of Wands here in reverse, I feel like his status feels lower in some way, shape, or form. I feel like you've knocked him down a peg, so he feels almost like maybe he's not at your level anymore, or maybe he's at a lower status. And then with the King of Swords here, I think he's really trying to figure out what to say to you. Like, he wants to say the perfect words. He doesn't want to just tell you the truth, but he wants to deliver it in a way where it comes across as kind, nice. There's something about wanting to have a conversation, but wanting to be fully and completely ready for that conversation. And that's kind of what I see him going through, so. Sorry guys, it's really hot in here. I might have to take off some crystals and we'll see how that goes, if that helps the situation. Cassie S says, hi Cody. Jada Kate says, OMG, hi Cody. FDI says, exactly. Drina, exactly. I don't know what Drina said. Jumping in as soon as I saw this notification. Oh good, yeah. Okay, so Cassie S says, that makes me happy. You guys are so I have cool people that watch this stuff. Is Zay and I over and done with? Cassie S wants to know, is Zay and I over and done with? So is Zay and Cassie over and done with? It does look like there is a sense of being over and done with, just because if you have a yes or no question and you get an ace in reverse, that usually for me refers to a no answer, but it's not necessarily like a no that's a bad one, because I see right now there's a feeling of just like distance from the fact that each one of you is like full from the other one's energy. It's like, wow, you provided so much and I like that, but at the same time, like, I'm stuffed. Like, it's like the feeling of feeling really full after a big meal. At least one of you feels this way. But then I'm seeing in general with the Strength card here, there's kind of like this feeling of feeling tamed after that. Like, once you've digested this distance, it's like you guys have this distance together, and once you've digested it, you're like, wow, okay, so now I understand what this person was for me in this lifetime. I understand what this person represented for me, and I know I need to move on. It does feel like the energy of being a little disoriented because you've had so much of this person's energy on board that, like, with the Strength card here coming out, it's like, how do I put this? Like, Strength sometimes comes out for me when you're like dealing with addictions or moderation. I know a lot of people associate the Temperance card with that, but sometimes I associate Strength with that because it's like taming your wilder impulses. And if this relationship, you guys overindulged with each other, I think that there's this feeling of, like, how do I put it? Sorry guys, I'm not reading some of the chat because it's going fast today, going by fast. But yeah, and I'm reading what Drina said, and I think Drina had the question before. My mind's a little foggy today, guys. I apologize as far as like tracking other information. Yeah, but with the Strength card here, I feel like there's this feeling, like Jay and Cassie, right? Is this, the Strength card here is like, I don't know, there's a feeling of metabolizing and like moderation and learning that you have to be moderate with this type of person. But from what that means for both of you is that you can't be in a relationship, but that you can have a moderate connection with each other. I don't know if you would do the friends thing after a breakup, something like that, like stay friends. But this gives that kind of vibe of like, well, we could stay friends or we could still be cordial, but then it's like feeling like there's a feeling of like letting it go ultimately, because we do have the Ace of Swords reverse. And as a no energy with the Ace of Swords reverse, it's like a clarity of like, oh, I understand now why I have to let this go. So it doesn't feel like something that's going to be like, right now it feels disorienting because you're like still digesting this person's energy and you've like overindulged in it is what I'm seeing. So it's kind of like getting really, really drunk, and like right now you're like intoxicated off this person's energy. But like once you come back down, you feel the hangover, you're like, oh, okay, that was a lot. And when you finally reach stasis, it's like you can make a clearer decision. That's kind of how I see it. Let's see. I want to read Drina's because I think, yeah. I can't remember. No, I read plenty, and then I read, let's see, Drina. Me and P are moving in together soon. Okay, Drina says, me and P are moving in together soon despite all the ups and downs in the past. Is there anything I need to know? Any advice? Thanks. Okay, so what does Drina need to know about her and P moving in together? Despite the ups and downs, anything she needs to know? Okay, about the new move. Drina, I'd be curious, I don't know if you're like romantic with this person, but it's coming across as like wanting romance, or on your end, like thinking of this person more romantically at this current point in your life, like reigniting some kind of romance or something like that, or thinking this person is very romantic at this time, something along those lines. I will say with the Judgment card, it does look like a fresh start, Drina. It looks like a rebirth. It looks like something changing and metamorphosizing from one thing to the next. So there is a bunch of change going on with this person or with you that is going to affect this connection. I do think it's very fiery. I do feel a sense of passion, like a rebirth or a rekindling of passion. But ultimately, in the long run, you might actually move out, like not live with this person in the future. I don't know, because we do have the Five of Cups. This just indicates that there will be some disappointments as well. It's like a bittersweet kind of card. There will be some disappointments in the long run, as well as some really happy times, right? So it's like you're learning to deal with the good and the bad. But initially, at least, it feels really good. It's like this revitalized rebirth kind of feeling. In the immediate future, I think it's the right decision. I do think this is something that feels good. But in the long run, there might be some things that wear out in the connection or something like that. Because Cups is like water energy. And as far as like how I'm seeing it with like putting out the fire and it being a river moving towards this burning fire, it does feel like it might slowly put out this kind of passion over time. Yeah. And I don't know if that's romantic, but there's a feeling of maybe like thinking of this person in a romantic way, something like that. Okay, I am so far. Drina says, yes, romantic. Okay, cool. Cassie S says, that makes sense. FDI says, enjoy as long as it's there. Nothing is permanent in life, for real. Yeah, and it feels like we have a couple situations that are like that so far in this live. We have two connections that are like that. I'm gonna try and put on my rings again. Just so hot in my house. I hope the air's like working. It's like 71 degrees, so it should be. Let's see. FDI says, Cody, can you please tell me, how does this stray cat see me and what kind of connection we have? Because I feel something is different between us. It's a she. Thank you. Well, this is a temporary relationship. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Stray cat. Okay. Getting a lot of cards out here about the stray cat. Let's see. So, stray cat. Okay, let me read that. Stray cat, can you please tell me how does the stray cat see what kind of connection we have? Because I feel something is too. Yeah, it feels like the stray cat is recognizing that you just came out of a difficult chapter, is what it feels like. And they're recognizing this sense of defeat within you, and they're trying to bolster that up. The first thing I'm getting is confidence, that this stray cat is kind of keeps like traveling towards you to like boost your confidence. Like every time this cat comes to you, I think you're gonna feel a sense of electricity in you, and it's like kind of like a symbol to boost your confidence. There's a feeling of, with the stray cat, there's a feeling of counseling, whether you, and it's like, it's interesting because the boat's going in the opposite direction. So it almost feels like you're meant to help counsel the stray cat, or you're bringing the stray cat comfort, or you're guiding the stray cat through a difficult time. But the stray cat is also providing you a bunch of confidence and building you up. I ultimately think too, with the King of Pentacles here, the stray cat is probably, there's two messages here. The stray cat is probably looking for like material stuff as well, like food or like shelter or something like that, because it is a Pentacles energy. And with the King of Pentacles, you're represented as like this giver, or this like really abundant giver in this cat's eyes, something like that. So they are looking for food, or they are looking for like some kind of shelter or something like that, something where you can give to them. But at the same time, I think this is kind of creating a like a gift for you in the future, where you actually will step into a more magnanimous role in your life with just everyone around you, and you will be able to attract more wealth in order to give to others, is kind of what I'm seeing with the King of Pentacles in reverse. So, and these are all cards that kind of flipped out of the deck, so messages that maybe either needed to be heard, or on the flip side, when I get this, sometimes it means messages that are very much like specific to how the question is being thought about as well. Let's see. FDI laughed. I'm pretty sure that was my joke about the temporary relationship. Darina says, thank you, Cody. Barca Chowdhury says, hi. Barca, I think you're new, Barca. I haven't seen you on here before. Jaded Kate says, I just backed a Kickstarter, a game from Regency era England, Jane Austen style, and a reader said it would actually even help me. I'd like to know how this will help me and in what way. I just backed a Kickstarter. Okay, so with backing a Kickstarter, I know a little bit about Kickstarter. It just means you like contributed to their project, or like you did the project. Jaded Kate. I'm curious which one it is. I think when you say backed, it means you're like supporting someone else's, right? Let's see. How will this Kickstarter campaign affect Kate? This other reader said it would actually even help her. How will this Kickstarter campaign help her? Okay. Whoa, that's a cool message. So this, yes, I bought it, so now it still needs to be made and shipped. Okay, cool. So this thing, supporting this Kickstarter thing, I think this, whatever this product is that you're gonna get, if you do get it, I don't know if they've backed it. No, the game itself. Okay. Yeah, I bought it, so nice. Okay, so the thing that I'm seeing is like there's this feeling of reflection when you're playing the game, like reflection on like what causes you to feel hope and what causes you to feel anxiety. So it's a little bit of like analyzation of your emotions. I don't know if you're reading with the last reader that you got, was they do more like shadow work and stuff, because it feels kind of like that, like they talk about stuff like that, because in the way I see it helping you is like you figuring out like what are the triggers for your hope, like what brings you hope, and then also the triggers for like what brings you anxiety, what brings you doubt, what brings you fear, and analyzing that and seeing your past and present and future and how those emotions have fluctuated throughout your life. Like this feels very transformative. And it almost feels like a level of understanding. Like there's something about the game that resonates with you on a core level, a soul level. Also, we have the Queen of Pentacles here, so there are associations with wealth and earning money and stuff. Like possibly like this game helps you develop a stronger sense of like business ethics or something like that. That could be something as well. But overall, like playing this game or buying this game, it feels very strongly like learning what caused you hope and what caused you anxiety in your life, and understanding those things. It's a very like psychological experience, this game, is kind of what I'm seeing. At least like if it gets manifested and you get to buy it. Maybe just the act of purchasing it causes this. Maybe like, I don't know. It seems like you would be playing the game though. So that's what I got for you. Let's see. Myself said hi. FDI said, yeah, that was so true. She helps a lot in that way and waits for me to get her food every morning, but I hope it's not temporary. Thanks again. Yeah, I mean, you can always adopt her too, FDI. she sees you as like that kind of benefactor, like with the King of Pentacles, like, you know. Let's see. JD Kate says, yes, the reader said that about the speaking to my soul as well. Okay, interesting. Yeah, that's kind of how I thought of it. JD Kate says, fun. Thanks, Cody. L says, how does T feel about me right now? Okay, L, let's ask that. How does T feel about L right now? Okay. Okay. T is attracted to you, is what it seems like. There's a lot of passion here, but there is a swords card. There is the Knight of Swords, and it does represent someone being very like counter to what someone else is offering, like someone either like fighting back. Like in a reading, this feels like someone who, it's like difficult to get close. So T might feel like it's difficult to get close to you. You put up a lot of resistance. Like you're very like insufferable. Like there's this feeling of like not to be like, it's not like maybe you don't feel like this, but it feels like there's blocks to him getting closer to you or to T getting closer to L. Sorry, I don't know genders here in this thing. But with Seven of Wands here, it feels like there's a sense of resistance. It also feels like T might view you as someone who's very unique or individual or someone who doesn't click with other groups of people or other people's passions as well. Like maybe you have very unique sense of passion or something like that. But with it being next to the Lovers card, I feel like T likes that. He's just looking for more open communication and a more ease of interaction. And I think there's a sense of hope for that. But so far, I feel like there's this feeling of like counter arguments kind of coming back his way, or someone saying things that aren't, I don't know how to put this. It's almost like someone saying the opposite of what he says, like not agreeing with him or saying the opposite, which makes him feel maybe like, I don't know if it's like, it's not unheard, because there's the Lovers card here, which talks about open and free exchange of like energy, like being able to be yourself and someone else being able to be themselves. So there is that there. It's not like total, like he just finds you like resistant or whatnot. There is this sense of openness. It just feels like there's this opposition in the connection on your end that he's aware of. Even though you guys are both being truthful, honest, and open, there is a feeling like, I wish we sided on certain issues more, something like that. At least like intellectually. And then passion wise, I think he wants, it's like one of those, what is that like dynamic in, I think it's a square aspect in astrology where it's like you want the passion, but it's frustrating. It's like, I lust after you, but like you drive me nuts, like that kind of thing, right? I think that's more, L says, yeah, blocked him because he's gay and won't come out. Oh, interesting. Yeah. I usually like let people just like stay in the closet if they want to. It's like, whatever. She just don't let me touch her. Oh, the cat. Yeah, the cat doesn't let you touch her. Oh, that's... Rach's Magic says, hey. Rach's Magic said hi. FDI says, green light for T, maybe. And then FDI says, ooh, FDI says, exactly. Yeah, so I'm going to pull a message for the collective if anyone's watching right now. I feel like I'm going to get a timing oracle. This is for something that's supposed to happen soon. And I'm going to pull a timing oracle and see what the result of that thing happening for this person that's waiting for this thing to happen soon. This is something about a relationship. This is something about a romantic connection. I also think there's a feeling that you might get two things at once for this thing that's happening soon. This actually might be, now that I'm getting the message, this could be for someone who's in the chat or watching that hasn't asked a question yet. Divine timing is at play. So even though this is supposed to happen soon, it's going to happen when it happens. I also think with Eight of Pentacles, when this happens, there's a feeling of like slow and steady coming from this, like a consistent thing. Like if you think this thing happening is not going to be consistent, you're wrong. It's going to be consistent. It's going to be something that you put energy into every single day, or that someone else puts energy to you every single day. I also think there's this feeling of a romantic feeling. I think there's emotional attachment and there's material abundance with this thing. So I do think whoever this is, if this is a person coming through, I feel like they're a romantic option. I also think they have a solid and steady job. And I think there's a feeling of, how do I put it? Like there's like an offer. It just feels like an offer coming in from someone. It's coming in soon. Might even be a proposal for some people. Like a proposal for a marriage that's actually going to be very long term and it's like a marriage where you put in the effort every single day and you're like happy to do that. You're like emotionally fulfilled putting in the effort every single day, and that can be practical effort. Whatever it is, it's very long lasting, it's long term, and it's consistent, whatever this thing is coming in pretty soon. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Isabella's Organic says, hi, Cody. Rachel's Magic says, 444 on the clock now. Oh, wild. While I gave that message, someone's getting some good news. What is behind the connection with DB? Why did he come into my life? Helena wants to ask, what is the connection with DB and why did he come into her life? Okay, Helena. DB came into your life to do a few different things, right? He's either in your life to start a family with you, to resolve family conflicts that you're having with your own family, whether it's children, a spouse, whether it's your parents, something like that. It's immediate family, so it'd be an immediate blood connection. So either like children, parents, or spouse through marriage. This person is meant to help you in that dynamic, to find diplomacy in that, or they're meant to help you start a family and create a family. They're also meant to help you slow down. They're like, okay, they're coming in to help you slow down. If this person kind of distracts you away from like your job or your activities or what you're doing, say, but this feels like you're going 100 miles a minute and this person's coming in to being like, okay, let's take it slow. Let's take it easy. Let's relax. There could also be a feeling of, this is a random message, just take it if it resonates, but I have to say it. There could be a feeling of getting you out of your car or getting you to take less trips or getting you to kind of settle in one spot, something like that. And also with Knight of Cups, there's a sense of romance here. I really do think this person wants to sweep you off your feet. There's a strong vibe of like wanting to take you away. Because we have the Chariot, which is more of like a modern technological mode of transportation, it feels like this other person with just riding on one horse is more like a more like lower key form of transportation. So this is someone who might want to like get you to stop riding around on your car for once and just go riding on bikes or like go horseback riding or something like that. Or it could even be someone, my initial impression was that maybe you drive a really nice car and this person drives something more beat up, but they're like telling you like you should sell your car and then you can like really support your family. And then if you drive my car, like then it won't be a big issue, something like that. Now remember, just take that message if it resonates. I'm not quite sure if that one will resonate, but yeah, with 10 of Cups here, it just very strong, like they want to start a family or they want to help you be diplomatic with your family. They want to get you away from your overactive lifestyle into a more relaxed form of being in your thing. And that's definitely romantic. Like there's definitely a romantic vibe. This person definitely has a crush on you. If anything, they've probably mentioned this because it's upright. They're probably like actively talking about this, but they're probably not talking about their plan to kind of relax you and get you to be less active, but they're thinking about it. They're like, man, she does so much. And like, I really want her to just like relax and take a vacation or, you know, that kind of vibe. So that's what I got for that. Let's see. Helena says, slowing down. He's my dancing teacher. Oh, that's so funny. Oh man. Do you dance fast? That's so funny. That's so funny. He's the dancing teacher. Isabella Organic says, I miss RM. I feel like she was the one that got away. Do I reach out? Isabella Organics, Mrs. RM. She was the one that got away. Do I reach out? Okay. Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna pull one more card because I feel like we need a little bit more information here. When you said she's the one and she got away, I'm curious if there was a third party involved. I'm also curious if there was a situation where like friends were gossiping or something like that. There's something about thinking about someone's friend group and why it wouldn't work out because someone has certain friends. There's also a feeling with the Empress in reverse of like someone finding someone beautiful, but like not being able to tell that other person they found them beautiful. But I also want to point out, like this was a yes or no question and we got 2 reverse aces, which would just mean no in general. It just means like definitely not, don't reach out, definitely not. But there's a reason. There's a reason here, like something about with the swords and the cups connected, it's like gossip or it's like something someone said to someone. And then with Empress and Ace of Wands, there's something about like a sexual connection with a person that it might even be that they're taken right now, or they're in a deep, powerful, passionate sexual connection with someone else right now. And that's taking up a lot of their time. And so I have a feeling they would shut you down if you reached out. But I don't know. There's something about gossip amongst friends. And I know this reading is kind of vague, but I tried to pull more information and it was still giving me all reverse cards, which gives me kind of like an indication that like this kind of should stay in the mind for now, if that makes sense. But that's okay. Like, yeah. Man, I feel for you. I've had to deal with a connection like this. I really feel for you because it's like you want to reach out and then like I actually did try to reach out with a connection like this and I just got like shut down. But the cards are urging you not to reach out actually. So yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Plenty. Isabel's Organic says, thank you, Cody. Yeah, you're welcome. Oh yeah, and one more thing I want to say, Isabel's Organics, after you said that, I saw the brain that you sent me as an emoji. I got the Hanged One in reverse. This just means that like clarity should be coming soon. Like there should be like, not just that, the reading that I'm giving you, but like there's something about shifting a perspective or having a perspective shift that's going to help you through this situation. Yeah, and it feels like with the Hang One reverse, it just means it's on its way and it hasn't happened yet. And you don't necessarily need to try to force it, Isabel. It's gonna come, and you don't need to force it. That's the messages coming through, and my brain's stopping from like not repeating it, but like going further into it. It's just like it's gonna come. You don't need to force it. It's gonna come. You don't need to force it. It's gonna come. You don't need to force it. So, yeah. M says, I'm curious about a guy coming towards me and this third party. And his third party. M says, I read cards myself and I'm wondering if I'm getting trolled by spirit, like a lesson coming. Oh, interesting. Trolled by spirit. That's so fun. I've never heard that. But I kind of feel what that would be, maybe. Let's see. I know sometimes the universe, like, we're like, oh my gosh, this doesn't feel very loving or benevolent. So I feel like sometimes, it's just like, sometimes we get, we have like, I don't know if you guys do astrology either, but there's an area of your chart where there's Saturn or Mars or whatnot, and it's just like, M says, oh, thank you, ha 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 ha. Okay, so, curious about a guy coming towards me and his third party. Let's see, M. Oh. Okay, this is a really confusing reading, and I don't know who's who in this situation because there is a third party. So just bear with me, but I'm going to give you the information. It's coming through clearly, but I'm not getting the people, like who's what. So someone's really full and tired of relationships, and they don't want another relationship, and they're really like full, and they're just like satiated, and they're like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to be with anyone else. There's a third person coming in who is telling this person that their current relationship is not working and they should split up with this person and they should look for someone new, or that someone new is on the horizon, or they're trying to match them with someone new. Now, this is the interesting thing. This is the thing this person is thinking about, the person you're asking about. They're thinking about this advice this person gave them about like, oh, okay, so I should be matched up with someone else rather than this person, something like that. Seven of Cups talks about how they're like looking for someone else, but at the same time we have the Four of Cups here where they're also full. It's like they're looking, but at the same time they can't make any energy forward. They can't like do anything about it because they're like full. They're like, I'm sick of relationships. Like, I just want to be by my own. Honestly, the way I feel this would go with the Seven of Cups being more of like an illusory energy that doesn't actually manifest usually, I would say this person is going to take a break from dating altogether. Like, I think if there's a third party situation here, it feels like someone just being like, nope, I'm just done, period. But at the same time, they have someone telling them, giving them advice that they should like either split with someone and get with someone else, or someone's giving someone advice about like something that's not compatible with their current situation. But the reason, how do I put it? Like someone's really just full, like they're done, like they're full of love and they're sick of being loved on. And it's like this person really just wants to be single, or they really want to just focus on something other than love and relationships. I don't know what this would be. What makes you sick of love? I don't know. That's this person. And it's even like Seven of Cups is interesting because it's like they're just grasping at something else to do. Like it's interesting. We have jewels here. We have a castle. We have a snake. We have a praying head. We have a beer jug in this one, this Seven of Cups. A heart and a trophy. It's like they just want something other than what they've got going on. It's like, I need something different. I need something new. They're not necessarily looking to break up with their partner, but someone is telling them that the symptoms they're having is how do I put it? Like, it's like if you looked at someone, saw that they were in a bad relationship, and you told them, like, this person's messing you up, right? Like, this person's messing you up because you don't really love them, but really they're just like full of love, like too much love, like they're overly loved. And yeah, it feels so much like this person just wants to be single. Or they're like full, or they're like trying to accept offers, something like that. Let me see what M says, because I don't know who's what. Like, I don't know which person's what in this situation. M says, I am busy, truth be told. I might be the one whining, or it's mirroring. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, it feels more like this person coming in that's experiencing all this. That's what I'm getting, but yeah, so maybe it's mirroring. Overly loved. Oh wow, didn't expect that. You're single though. Yeah. It seems like the vibe I'm getting from UM is like you're single and you're kind of interested in this person, which doesn't feel like someone who's like full of love. So it feels like this would be this other person who is like just, I don't know. That's the vibe I'm getting from this person. So let's see. He's living with someone and it feels weird. Yeah, that might be the vibe. Like they're just like, it almost feels like, yeah, it's kind of weird situation. Casey says, how will the friends of my next romantic partner feel about me? That's a good question. That's a good one. Okay, Casey, let's see. How will Casey's friends of her next romantic partner feel about her? Okay, let's see here. Okay. First of all, Casey, they see you as someone. First of all, the main message coming through with the Four of Swords, something they'll tell you all the time is like, you look so comfortable, you seem so relaxed, you seem so chill, you seem so at ease with your environment, something like that. They could also might refer to you as a homebody, something like that, or someone who likes to be at home, something along those lines. Things that your friends, your romantic partner's friends are thinking about you is with the Temperance card here. They're thinking you're very like angelic. Like they think you're angelic, you're nice, you're sweet. You're good at blending opposites, which means that they probably see you as kind of, what's it called? Like socially adept. But at the same time, there's a feeling of fire and water here, Casey, where it's almost like they see you having two sides to yourself, like a more fiery side and a watery side, and you reveal those sides specifically to whoever is in your environment, like to how you adapt to people. And so sometimes the thing that I'm getting from them is they don't know what side they're seeing periodically. It's like, I don't know what side I'm gonna see. And that's something, but I feel like the overall that this vibe is they get along with you because it's the Temperance card, it's angelic, it's that kind of vibe. They might view you as slightly pessimistic at times, but still having like a hopeful outlook. So the way this would look is like you saying something like, oh man, I'm so bummed that this didn't happen, but like at least something else good's gonna happen. And I'm seeing some of the friends seeing this as kind of like you being like unrealistic and unwilling to take like practical action. But then at the same time, I see a lot of the friends, majority of the friends, because it's different for different friends in this particular case that your next romantic partner has. Some of them see you as very strong and very durable and very much like someone who really has had to overcome a lot of adversity and still keeps a hopeful outlook, which they see as incredibly admirable. They deeply respect that about you. But whenever the dynamic, I'm like, feel like I'm gonna cry because a lot of people feel very sympathetic to you. A lot of the friends that your next partner like partner has are very sympathetic to you, to your situation, to your cause, to what you've been through. And then there's just a few of them, like I would say, that are not sympathetic. And I think there's reasons why this opinion is not expressed to you specifically, but you will notice, like, in general, when you're perceiving the friends, Homebuddy is correct, LOL, and I definitely do have both sides of the fire and water. Yeah. She said, Casey says, interesting. Yeah, so there's this feeling of like something about some people feeling like you've been through a lot, but then and I don't know if this is just how you're alluding to yourself. I don't know if you actually have been through a lot, but this is how they feel. It's like, oh, she's been through so much, but like she keeps this hopeful outlook, like so admirable, right? That adversity, overcoming the adversity. And other people go like, oh, like, well, her situations that she is in are her fault, and like if she just did this differently, she wouldn't have to be in that, something like that. So there might be two friend groups that your partner has. One is a little more sympathetic than the other in that regard. All of them see you as generally kind of comfortable as well, like kind of comfortable energy, like you just seem like at ease or something. And yeah, and then the temperance energy as well, the reverse fire and water thing that I talked about. Okay. And then Casey says, definitely have had my fair share of adversities. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Where are we at? 36 minutes. Let me do a few more questions and then I'm probably going to get off the live. Finally cool though. My body's cool. The air's actually working. JP2 says, hey man, I am curious. Why do people in public sometimes stare at me? Oh, this is such a fun question. Is it something in my energy? Okay, JP2, why are people staring at JP2? Okay, I'll pull you. Thank you. Navigate by the sun. Okay, perfect. Okay, so why do people in public stare at JP2? And Casey says, thank you for the reading. Casey, you are welcome. What? Hold on. Oh my gosh. Okay, JP2. Okay, this is a fun one. The reason people stare at you in public is because honestly, as these types of people that like do end up staring at you, the reason for this is like normally these people, like when they're walking around in general, like they're very like perplexed by everything. Like stuff, it feels like they're confused by things that they're in their environment. Like they're kind of like, whoa, what's that? I don't like that. Or, oh, what's that? I don't know about that. It's like a suspiciousness, but it's different when they stare at you. When they stare at you with the Hierophant here in reverse, it's like their inner voice is telling them like, oh, I can trust this person. I should approach this person. Like this person is a good person. But at the same time, we have the Four of Cups here, which indicates that they feel like if they did approach you, you would shut them down. So it's one of those things where it's like, it almost feels like people feel, the vibe that I'm getting is it's like people feel like they're on a different level than you, even though they feel like you're a really good person. It's like they feel like you're a good person. They feel like they're meant to meet you, but there's this feeling of having to love from afar. Like they can't actually approach you, or they can't actually talk to you, or they can't actually get to know you, but they're actually looking at you almost like, wow, this person is so like amazing, or this person is like, I'm really supposed to be with this person, or it's not even like be with them, because it's not romantic in every situation. It's just like I wish, like there's a feeling of wishing like someone could introduce you guys, because they feel like they couldn't just approach you directly. It's like someone would have to introduce me to this person. And that's kind of their block, or the thing that holds them back, is like the people that stare at you are actually the types of people who feel like they need to be introduced. That's kind of what I'm feeling. And with the Four of Cups here, they feel like if they approached you themselves, you would shut them down. Like there's something about your energy where you'd be like, nope, I'm shutting you down. And Seven of Cups here also indicates like these people in general are kind of confused. Like they're just confused people. And, they also see everything too. They're like very visual. They see everything, but they're like constantly affected by everything visually. But when they see you, it's like, oh, this feels clearer. this feels clearer. So instead of their eyes like moving around looking at everything, they're zoning in because they're like, this feels clear, this feels pure, this feels what I would like, you know. Also, we have navigate by the sun. I feel like the people who stare at you might be productive, like generally productive. We have honeybee here, so it does feel like a hive mind kind of thing. Like it's something that when one person stares at you, it's the same reason that other people are staring at you is kind of the vibe here. It's like hive mind. It's like it's not about uniqueness. It's not about like every single person has an individual perspective when they're staring at you. It's like generally this is the vibe of why people are staring at you. And it doesn't really differentiate between different people. But yeah, that's what I got for you, JP2. Let's put this one down here. Let's see. Casey, FDI says, oh, wow. Yeah, let's see. FDI says, Cody, I had been overindulging in drugs and stuff, and it's been a year since I have seen him. Oh, Cody A has been overindulging in drugs and stuff, and it's been a year since I've seen him. Did he change anything about this problem? JP2 says, thanks. Gratitude hands. Yeah, you're welcome. Did he change anything about his problem? Let's see. Okay. Did A change anything about his problem? FDI wants to know. It does look like he overcame it. What it feels like, anyway. 6 of Wands feels like he overcame it. Two of Cups feels like he did it with the help of a person, probably a sponsor or something like that. There was some kind of partnership that led him to victory in this department with using drugs, stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised if he is more of like a celebrity now, or he has like more of a fame or a following or something like that, or he just feels like he just recently accomplished something. FDI says, love the way you give feelings to our comments while you read them. Yeah. So this person does feel like they've overcome like a significant struggle. It might be that they're romantically interested in this partner that helped them overcome drugs, if it was a romantic interest. So they might be involved with this person. But at the same time, there's just a strong vibe of overcoming something. Now, King of Cups does give me the vibe that they have one vice that they're still hooked on. But it might be something really like helpful, like, you know, because a lot of people who are addicts on like really hard stuff have to like cross addict to something softer. And then that's just how it is. Like, you know, like this person might be just like smoking cigarettes or like drinking if drinking was not an issue. Whatever the case may be, this feels like someone who is keeping one vice. But this also feels like someone who is able to handle himself or herself in a situation that could be chaotic, or like feeling like there's nowhere to go and still remaining stable. And I think that's the lesson they're learning ultimately in this lifetime, that this particular accomplishment that they're going through now is going to lead them to, that like no matter where I am, if I don't know or see anything around me, or I have nowhere to go, I can handle myself on my own little island. You know, that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from this person. Last message, and centering themselves. They're going to be able to center themselves, I think, in the future. They're going to be able to keep themselves centered and not all over the place, whether that's through drugs or whatever. They're going to be able to keep centered. FDI says, oh, that is a good news. Thank you. Okay. Gate Yarn Meme says, when will I marry? I'm going to pull you one time Oracle card, Gate Yarn. Let's see. So, we got fall. I'm going to pull 2 more cards because that's kind of not super specific. But if you already have a partner, when will you marry? Could be in the fall, you know. But it feels like when will you marry is in the fall sometime. Let's see. This is kind of a random message, Get Yarn, but there might be an issue with children. Like you might feel like you're going to have difficulty conceiving a child, something like that. Let me pull one more card. I'm kind of curious why this is coming through. Yeah, I feel like the thing I'm getting is like, this is just a fear. This is just a worry. It might not even happen. But Ace of Pentacles is also telling me like, when I was thinking of this, I was like, maybe this is just a message so you know the reading is for you, or when you will marry. You know, it's just, you might be a person that might have fears about conceiving a child, or like maybe there's something about how your body is where it would be difficult to conceive a child, something like that. What is this Ace of Pentacles? Do one more card. Sorry, get yarn. I'm like really into this reading for some reason. I feel like there needs to be more messages. Yeah, I feel like there is a child coming in. You will have a child if you're worried about like, and this might be something in the future. Get yarn. Get yarn is saying tear. Yeah. So I'm assuming that's the worry is the child thing. But yeah, there will be a child coming in the future. With Page of Cups, this child is like very odd and unusual. So it's a very sensitive kid, very probably psychically in tune. They might like to surprise you in specific situations. Like they might like to like shock or surprise and stuff like that. But they're kind of odd in general. There's something about them being otherworldly too. This child is coming through as like part merman or merwoman. And I am getting that I am being told like I don't know the gender of the child, and I'm being told like it's not important at this time. It's not important to know what the gender or the sex of your child is, not the gender, the sex. But yeah, with Ace of Pentacles here, there is a strong vibe that this is going to happen, and you don't really have to worry. This is also accompaniment with stuff on like the physical body, right? Like there could be physical healing, or there could be money that's coming through to help with that, like that could provide that kind of physical thing. And also with fall, there's just something in the fall, like you'll probably have a fall wedding, honestly. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Ooh. Cards are spilling everywhere. Let's see. Get yarn memes, thank you, yeah. Drina says, I kept having this feeling that I'm being stalked socially. Am I just being paranoid? Hopefully. Let's answer that one. Let's see, Drina. Is Drina being stalked socially? Let's see. Okay. Is Drina being stalked socially? Oh, it's not what you think, Drina. It's not what you think. Okay, so I hate to like, hopefully this doesn't like, just so you know, like everyone, you know, you should support your intuition. And I hate to like contradict what your intuition is, but it might be a fear, Drina, instead of an intuition. So I'm just gonna say what I see. Strange talks about that you're not being stalked, you're being let go of on social media. Someone like blocked you or let go of your energy or unfriended you, and they are moving away. There was something that happened on social media, and it doesn't really have anything to do with you. It's like this person still values you, they still see you as amazing, stuff like that, but they're going through a personality change, they're going through a personality shift where they're going through a death and rebirth, and they said, I have to cut Drina off. Like, I have to cut Drina off. I have to separate myself from her. Get Yarn says, you're very accurate. You're amazing tarot reader. I'm shocked. Yeah, thank you. Subscribe. I'm just kidding. Bye reading. No, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So Drina, there's this feeling someone went through a transformation where they're letting you go on social media. And it might feel like you're being stalked because it's like this presence was reassuring and it made you feel safer, like you wouldn't have eyes on you because this person was there. But now that they're gone, it's like this feeling's coming in of like, oh my gosh, like someone's stalking me, but it's actually the opposite is what I'm seeing. So it might be an anxiety. I don't know if it really does feel like your intuition and that's what your intuition is telling you, that's probably accurate. But what I'm seeing is not that. It feels like you're having a reaction that's the opposite of something that's going on, if that makes sense. Let's see here. I'm getting a second wind, guys. That's good. I might stay on a little longer. I think the compliments help. I'm so indulgent. I just like the compliments totally. I'm just like, thank you, you know, and then like I want to do more. Like FDI says, you're so precious. Oh my God. Warm like the sun. Oh, thank you. Hi, Cody. Quick question. Did I successfully shamanic journey in June or was I just making it up in my head? Okay, GC. Did GC successfully shamanic journey in June? Whoa. I got a little shamanic journey feeling right there, GC, when I'm tapping into your energy. Okay. GC, did he or she shamanic journey in June? Okay. Oh man, I'm so jealous of your energy, GC. Okay, GC, I'm seeing that like when you in June, when you shamanic journeyed, a sign you'll know that you're actually tapping into this kind of energy is like people around you, like it's gonna shift the emotions in your environment to more playful, celebratory, laughter, stuff like that. So the way you'll know this is it's like shifting the celebratory energy in your environment. So almost like, how would I put this? Like you could like, if you say you did it in your room privately, when you like left your house and you went out to like around the town, you would see like random people on the street like singing, or like people at wherever you go to eat, like everyone's in a good mood there. They're just having a really good day, something like that. Like it's shifting emotions in your environment. And the other thing that I want to point out, if this is kind of a vibe, like if you were successfully shamanic journeying, did something happen where you traveled through time? Like, did you go to the future or the past? And were you able to travel like effortlessly, spontaneously through those experiences? So for example, we have the Fool reversed, right? Which talks about like effortless movement. Like it feels like it didn't feel forced or like you had to control it. It would have been like flowing, like effortless. It would have been like drifting and like drifting here, drifting there, or like feeling like you're skipping through worlds or something like that. And the Wheel of Fortune talks about every time you're moving through these worlds, it's just shifting the time spectrum. So you might like enter a house in your shamanic journey and it might be like, you know, 1800s England or something like that. And then you might like walk into the backyard and you're in like a Japanese garden. And then like you go on the street and it's like cyberpunk future, whatever. You know, that's the vibe that I'm getting from your experience. But then the main thing to point out, whatever the experience was, because obviously that's all stuff that you would have experienced. So, you know, that's like whatever happened to you. But like with the Four of Wands here, it feels like just celebratory outside of your shamanic journeying experience. Like it significantly shifted the emotions of the environment, which is pretty cool. I'm a little jealous of your ability because it's like you get to work on yourself, do your own fun thing, and then you're also like benefiting others. It's like a good example of how self-care actually can emanate outwards and like affect our environment positively. But that's how you're gonna know if you did it successfully, if you were shamanic journeying. And the main thing I'm seeing is if the mood shifted, while you were doing it. And I don't know if that'll happen every time, but you know, I don't know, that's how you will know if you successfully did it last June at least. So yeah. GC says, ooh, and then I'm trying to read the emoticon. There's like a happy face and or smile. Okay, then scrolled up. I think people are like chit-chatting on here. Let's see. I don't see all of these guys, so I know you're, and oh, Butterfly said, how are you doing free readings? I am. You can always donate. You can send a super chat if you want to. That helps, but it's not required. Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Gitran Meme says, can I ask more questions? Totally. Yeah, Gitran, it's not like a guarantee if I get to the question, because I'm just reading them as they pop up. It depends on how many people are like on watching and stuff. Sometimes like, I mean, last 4th of July, they were just scrolling through. I could hardly read them in time. But thank goodness they're not like that now. It's like, you know, not like that busy all the time. Let's see. Butterfly says, hi, what does DN think of me? If you can help me, I will be grateful. Oh, great. Gratitude is always good. What does DN think of me? Okay. Butterfly. What does DN think of Butterfly? What does DN think of Butterfly? Okay. The cards are really slippery. And my hands are like shaking. I do feel like DN, I don't know if Butterfly, if this is your energy, like you're very nervous to ask this question, or if DN specifically is very nervous around you. Butterfly, DN almost feels like with the 8 of Wands, something's happening quickly. Like there's something happening quickly, or there's something where you came out of nowhere. It's like you came out of nowhere and just came on the scene, and it's like, whoa, where did this person come from? Like here they are, and like I have no idea what's going on, like that kind of vibe, right? It just, someone came out quickly. There's another thought. There could be confusion about you. I'm getting two messages. There could be confusion mixed with clarity, especially with it being next to the Two of Pentacles. It's almost like this person's trying to balance out, like, well, what's the truth about butterfly versus what's the illusion, is kind of the vibe that I'm seeing. I want to pull one more card. I'm not seeing too much love. I am seeing passion, and I'm seeing business. So I'm seeing like almost like passion projects, art, creativity, something that stirs the passion. Like this person might want to do kind of artwork with you. I'm not seeing cups yet, but let's see if there's cups. And then we also have the Death card, which indicates that this might be a transitory connection, Butterfly. Butterfly says, yes, this is true. We met really randomly, but now we're at a distance. And Butterfly says there is confusion between us. Yeah, okay, so what I'm seeing with the Death card coming out is it does feel like this is a transient kind of relationship. Like it's meant to be in a certain chapter of your life, and then it will probably pass through. But at the same time, it's interesting. I'm looking at this woman's multiple hands. What does this mean? Sorry guys, if I haven't seen a specific message before and I have to like translate it, it takes me a while to focus on it. So I just, let me look and then I will get back to you. I'm being told don't throw the connection away. Let it fade out naturally. Because the connection started quickly, the cards are urging you to let it fade naturally and not just end it because it started quickly. I'm seeing it most likely will end, but at the same time, let it play out its course. Man, this is like the third relationship that's like dealing with this. There must be something in the stars right now. Oh, that's so interesting. Okay. Yeah, there's something about people coming on this live who are going, like a lot of people coming on this live today who are going through similar things. I'm answering a lot of similar questions, which is interesting. I'm like noticing patterns in the relationships. Throwback says, can we ask questions or is it only for super chat? Super chats are appreciated and you can do that. But right now on these lives, I'm just asking whatever questions anyone wants to ask. So you do not have to super chat. It's totally optional. I do appreciate it though. Butterfly says, thank you for the reading. Yeah, you're welcome. Lucidity says, should I work on a music project with Mark? Okay, let's see. Lucidity wants to ask, should she work on a music project with Mark? I feel like pulling a timing card. What the heck? That has nothing. Let's see. Maybe the timing is needed to know about this project. Okay, should I work on a music project with Mark? Oh, okay. Well, here's the thing, Lucidity. The King of Wands is here, which means like it's representing Mark and he's like ready to go. Like he is ready to make this project. He is ready to go. I think this music project, I think you're ready too, honestly. It feels very much like you're both ready. I think the thing with the music project, it'll be very spontaneous and very free flowing. So if you've never worked with Mark before, it's going to feel really easy and relaxing. I feel like there's this feeling you're both spontaneous, you're both impulsive, you're both go with the flow. So it's really easy to get into gear. It's not like one of you's really rigid and it's like, it has to be this, 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 and this. And we have to hit this deadline by this date. It's just like, let's just do it when we want to do it and let's just have fun with it. And it feels very spontaneous and flowing, or at least that's Mark's energy. I don't know. It feels like your energy too, honestly. It might be that you're confused about like what energy you have in a work environment, but this feels like comfortable. It feels like comfortable, like it's easy to click with this person, to work with them. With Wheel of Fortune though, this represents time, and I'm glad I pulled a timing card because we have just around the corner whatever this music project is, I think it's going to get done quickly. Like there's a feeling of time going faster when you're working on it. It's like if you're worried about the work involved or the fact that it's going to take a long time, or you don't want to get started on something that's not going to wrap up in a timely fashion, this is going to wrap up quick. It's like you're going to get in the project, you're going to do the project, and then it's going to wrap up quickly. I wouldn't be surprised if this music project is like a month tops, something like that. Like it's literally feels like just around the corner that you're either going to start it or you're going to wrap it up. And it does feel like it moves quickly is what I'm seeing. So yeah, I do think because you guys work so well together, it goes off without a lot. There's not a lot of slowness. There's not a lot of, oh, this is dragging. It feels like there's something about the synergy between you and Mark that makes it go, like flows really nicely and easily moves into the future and kind of quickly progresses. Let's see. Throwback says, this is a fun one. Do I have an A-list celebrity husband lined up for me? I'm trying to manifest. Nice. Let's see if this, I mean, I don't read like winning the lottery, but I believe we could manifest an A-list celebrity husband for some of us, maybe not everyone, but it might be in the cards for some people. M says, Cody, your hair's so cool, by the way. Thank you. Lauren, you may have a reading. If I can see it, I will get to it. Okay, so let's go A-list husband. Real quick, the name of that person. Throwback. Okay. Can Throwback manifest an A-list husband? Okay, let's see what's gonna happen here. Throwback. It's a no. It's a no. Ace of Cups reverse. A no regarding love. I want to pull something else for you. I feel bad. I feel bad that you're not getting your A-list husband. Let's see. Okay. Let's pull a card. What is coming instead of this A-list husband? How will the manifestation take effect? Oh. I'm confused because I have the devil card, and that card's been confusing me lately, but I'm trying to see what this is. It might be the fact that like this relationship, it almost feels like there's another relationship, and that this relationship, if you were to manifest the A-list celebrity, how do I put it? It would keep you from someone you would love more than this person that would be a celebrity. Oh, yeah, and also, like, don't let the manifesting the A-list celebrity keep you from, how do I put this? Don't let it keep you from looking at other options. That's what I'm seeing. Like, don't let it keep you from looking at other options, because I see there's someone else coming in. Yeah, overall, it's just a no on the A-list celebrity. I think I'm going to have to wrap up this reading because my brain is, like, shutting off from the interpretation. I'll tell you some of the cards that I got. Which was the Empress reverse with the Ace of Cups reverse. And those are the ones that are standing out to me as well. So Khadija says, hi, can I get a reading on my next job opportunity? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Throwback says, thanks so much. You're welcome. So Khadija says, can I get a reading on my next job opportunity? Let's see. This is for Khadija. Okay, so I'm going to give you just some information, Kajita. It's, first of all, Nine of Pentacles and Three of Cups reversed. You're probably worried about a job with a lot of people, or you're worried about a job with a social connection or social network. You will be working alone. You will be working more isolated. This might be surprising to you. You might be thinking like, no way, like I'll probably end up in a job with lots of people or something like that. There might be people there, but there's a sense of independence. There's a sense of like your money is tied to your own efforts. It's not based on like how the team performs or whatnot. It's like your own efforts ties into the money you make. I also see wealth coming in for you in this job, and I'm also seeing something in this job you're going to have to dress the part, which means like there might be a need to put on something very professional or put on something that looks a certain way to like dress the part for the job. The high priestess talks about you will not be able to know what this is until it hits. It's just saying embrace the unknown, embrace the flow of the universe, and don't try to anticipate what it's going to be, what this career is going to be. The messages coming through today are just to reassure you that you will have the sense of independence in order to build that career for yourself. So for example, it just means that you're not going to be needing to rely on other people. So whatever job it is, you will be able to work independently. And the high priestess talks about you feeling like, oh, I don't know what this could be. Like, what is this? Let me pull one more job card just to see if we can get any other information on what type of area of work it would be in. We have crafter. Interesting. We have crafter. There might be a feeling of being creative or making something. Might not be arts and crafts. Like I said, we have the high priestess reverse. So don't expect. It might even be too with the high priestess in reverse. I just don't know what that job is. Like I only know so many jobs as like a person on planet Earth who's like seen certain jobs, you know? Like people were talking the other day about like, Kajita says, haha, I'm a bit lost right now. Yeah, I can tell. It's maybe watch this reading again. Once I post it live, you can watch it back. The time right now, you might want to write this down. The time right now is 65:54. So you might want to watch it back just to get the message again. I know it's probably like, they're talking too fast, but I got the high priestess reverse, which talks about not knowing or confusion. So I understand that you're confused by this reading, but yeah, with crafter here, it's going to be something where you craft things or make something, and I would just watch the reading back. For if you really want to watch the reading back, you can watch this back. But yeah, the high priestess reverse usually is like if I get the high priestess upright in a reading, it usually means to someone I'm like, oh, you already know, or you know the answer. But high priestess reverse is like the opposite of that. So I'm going to move on from your reading, Kajita, and we will move on to someone else. Yeah, and just watch it back. I think that'll help. Throwback says, thanks so much. Yeah, and Kajita, just if you want to write down the time again, I don't know if it shows up on the live, the time, but it says 66:54. So you would just go maybe to like 60 minutes, like an hour into the live recording after it gets recorded and posted. And then you can watch your question again, because I'm going to post this. Okay, so Rach's Magic says, what should I get my friend M for her birthday, which just passed? Wait, your friend passed or the birth? No, I'm just kidding. The friend passed or the birthday passed? We've known each other forever and I'm stumped this year. Okay, obviously the birthday passed. It wasn't your friend. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what should I get my friend M for her birthday? What should Rach's Magic get her friend M for her birthday? Do I have an object? Why am I feeling? Where are those cards? Here they are. I'm gonna pull a tea leaf card. Okay, let's see. Okay, so where did that question goes? Lauren, I probably missed it. I can't remember, Lauren, if there's someone who was writing a whole big long thing, paragraphs and stuff, but I can't read all that on a live. You have to just write single questions. If you wanted a longer reading like that, you would have to buy one through my Etsy. But yeah, let's see. Rach's Magic, the birthday. Okay, Rach's Magic. Rach's Magic, I'm seeing a very earthy gift could be beneficial. I got Caterpillar Tree, the Knight of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles. I'm seeing there's this feeling of your friend, and maybe if she, like, I don't even know if this matters to you, but like, if you buy her a present, like she'll definitely get you a present for your birthday, something like that. I definitely see her appreciating it. With the Ace of Swords upright, I definitely think you should get her a present. Whatever it is, whatever you decide to get her, I think you should get her a present because we have the Ace of Swords upright. This can, it's not the High Priestess upright, but it can indicate that you're gonna have an epiphany on what to get her, or you're gonna have a general idea. We have affairs with the family. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Yeah, there might be something that she's changing in her life right now, like something specifically that she's going through where she's changing a specific area of her life. Getting her something for this new hobby, this new interest, this new thing she's doing could be something that, if it could help her with her work or something like that, it could be a signal to her. That could be a good present to get her, basically. With the tree and the caterpillar, it just feels very earthy, like something earthy. Like get her something earthy of the earth, like like if you're getting her a journal, for example, get her something that has like a very like I don't know, they're like journals that are bound in bark. I don't know, like I don't know, like there's a feeling of like something that's earthy, something that is growth oriented that she can like work with over time, something that's long term. Yeah, it's kind of hard to know what gifts to give someone. I need like an objects deck. I think that would help, like a presence deck. Interesting. Okay, let's see. But that's what I'm seeing for your question. Okay, let's see. Okay, Rachel's Magic says birthday past 9/7. LOL. Okay, let's see. She didn't pass away. Okay. Lawrence says, I posted my message. Can you figure what it meant? My dream batter soil. Rachel's Magic says bag of soil. LOL. That's so funny. Lauren, you're just going to have to like post your message again. Rachel's Magic says, I enjoy your dark humor. Sometimes it's too dark. I'm sorry. I just, I don't know if it's like an 8th house thing or what it is. Cause I'm just like in touch with like, my humor can get really out of this world. I try to like keep it professional online because I feel like, especially online communities, we should be keeping it kind of professional. But I definitely get kind of wild with friends and stuff like that. Rach says, me too. LOL. Christina D says hello. Hi, Christina. Laurent says, I typed in my dream. I know I can't go back and read it, Laurent. You're just gonna have to. I didn't see it. I wasn't able to read it because it's going by too fast, and I'm doing with other people. I'm like helping other people do their questions too and stuff. Christina D says, are you able to ask questions or only for super chat? You can do questions. If you want a super chat, you can. I appreciate it, but it's not necessary. Usually if someone does a super chat, I'll answer that one first just because I'm like, I do try to make money. But if, you can just ask a question. It's not too busy too, so it's not like yeah, let's see. Get Yarn Meme says, my elder sister has chronic pain. When will she get better? Okay. I don't do medical, Get Yarn. That's the one thing I don't do. I don't do medical or legal. Okay, Lauren, here we go. He's typing in the dream. Okay. I had this dream that's been bothering me. So it started with me being in a crowd of people while me being in the middle of it. Then I was in a black SUV. And while I was going there was this crowd. Lauren, I don't know if I'm going to be able to answer this. If you just ask, like, what did my dream mean for me? I can answer that. Christina D, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to read like a long story or a dream. Christina D says, should I find a new job or will what I did work? Oh, okay, cool. So are you thinking about going back to a job you previously already did, or are you thinking of looking for a new one? Oh, that's what I think you're referring to. Let's do Christina D. Should she find a new job or will what she did work? Will Christina D find a new job or what she did work? No, I'm already at this job. Sorry if it wasn't clear. Okay, cool. So should she stick with her current job or should she get a new job? What? Stick with it for now, girlfriend, because you have a hot love interest coming in that is going to work with you. Or is coming in at work or something like that. I don't know if maybe you're married, I don't know, but there is someone, in that case, maybe you want to leave, but there's someone who is kind of like a fiery kind of fling coming in your work environment. But Ten of Swords in reversed here talks about like, eventually you're going to want to leave. So might even be that your fling stays at this job, you leave. Yeah, I would keep things cordial with people at this job. There's a lot of reasons you'd want to keep things cordial with people at this job. I'm going to pull some more cards for you because this is interesting. This is taking a different turn. Oh, okay. Christina, this is probably like a younger man or someone who's like youthful or like sexy in a kind of young, hot kind of way. I'm seeing your vibe here is you feel intensely, deviously, sexually attracted to this person. Christina D says they must not have started yet because they are definitely not there yet. No, they're this feels like someone who's coming in. Like it doesn't feel like someone who's there right now. It feels like someone who's coming in, and you look like you want this person. I hope you're not married because this feels magnetic, or at least if you're married, hopefully it's like you can have open connections or open relationships or something like that with your partner. But this feels very passionate, very loving. The kind of connection, not married, thank God. Okay, good. Yeah, so this is a very passionate connection. This is someone who is like really attractive, at least to you. This is someone who is like gonna kind of like sweep you off your feet, but in a very like single as a Pringle. Okay, for sure. There's a feeling of someone who's just so arousing, right? Stimulating even. What does this mean? Hold on, let me analyze this last card. They're going to turn your world upside down. That is the only thing I need to tell you. That is the final message, and I'm going to leave you with that. But yeah, I feel like you're going to want to leave the job eventually, but the Ten of Swords reverse just talks about like putting it off. It's like this person comes in and it's like putting it off because it's like, whoa, how did this person get in here? And maybe I should stick around a little bit. Lucidity says, this is random, LOL, but should I buy a car soon or hold off? Okay, let's see. Lucidity is Ethereal Moonlight. Hi, how are you doing? Christina D says, thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Lucidity says, this is random, LOL, but should I buy a car soon or hold off? Let's see. Lucidity. Buy a car soon or hold off. Let's see. It's so funny. Lucidity says, hold on, man. And I took that as like, don't buy the car, which is so funny. I took that as a sign for your reading. But let's see. I would say I would wait a little bit because it feels like right now, the only thing that cards are urging you to, okay, I have to, okay, so lucidity. Okay, so lucidity, the only thing the cards are urging you towards is like being careful of like salesmen who are taking advantage of you versus salesmen who are like open and genuine. That's something that's coming through. I'm seeing definitely, it's more important to find the right person to sell you the car. This could even mean like dealing with people who are more trustworthy, like family, friends, or people who you know, or people who you really connect with before you buy a car. Knight of Pentacles talks about a slow process. So even if you start the process now, it feels like it's going to be drawn out. It's going to be slow. However you purchase this car, it does feel like it's more important ultimately to find ethical people. And you might have to go through a few bad eggs of like salesmen or people or bad deals or something like that, or cars that are like dream cars that are too expensive. And you're like, well, maybe I should find something that fits me more versus something that is either like not right for me. It almost feels like there's something about like looking at certain cars that might not be right for you. Like you might sit in them and they might not feel right, but there might be some feeling of like, well, I want it because of its status, something like that. But with the Lover's card here, hold on, my throat. With the Lover's card here, there's just this feeling of like needing to find like a sense of like a really easy type of connection here with a person who's selling you the vehicle. And Knight of Pentacles just talks about it's going to take a little bit of time. So let's see. I feel like Laurent is in pain. I need to get to his question. What does it mean, my dream? Okay, Laurent, okay, so what does Laurent's dream mean? Sorry, Laurent, I couldn't read the dream. I do apologize about that, but I just can't do that on this live. It has to be kind of quicker, shorter questions. Laurent says, what does it mean, my dream? Let's see here. Oh, two. Okay, I'll take both. Lauren, I don't know what your dream was because I wasn't able to read it, so I apologize about that. But the thing that I'm seeing about your dream and what does it mean, it does feel like part of your dream is talking about this fact of like you have multiple projects going on in your life is what it feels like. And the dream is kind of asking you to let go of some of them, or at least start to consider letting go of some of them. It seems like you've got a lot going on. There's a lot of different aspects or projects in your life, and it's about letting go of them, letting go of some of them, because you do have a relationship coming in, or you do have a person coming in, Laurent, who is going to basically, how do I put it? Like there's this feeling of like, wanting to give to this person, or this person, that's what it is this person is going to stimulate your giving nature. So it's almost like this person's coming in and they're going to inspire you to be more giving to others, to be more expressive to others, to help other people out. And so you're getting into this vibe of a person, like this dream is kind of transitioning you into a person who's more charity focused or has the belief or thought that they want to give back to others. So it's not really that the energy is to make you give to others. It's not like you will actually have to, but it's going to be stimulating the desire within you to give back, whether that's to your community, to anyone, right? But with Two of Cups here, this is a relationship that's going to stimulate that. But the dream itself is trying to get you to let go of certain things in your life because it feels like there's a lot of busyness, like there's a lot of stuff you're doing. And it's about letting go of a few of these things like jobs, demands, something like that, in order to make room for this person to come in so you can actually spend some time with them. Oh, cool. Rachel's Magic sent a super chat that says like 444. How fun. Cool. Let's see. Rach says, what can I do to get over AM? Slow process so far. Okay. What can Rach do to get over AM? What can Rach do to get over AM? Okay. 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 Rach, this might be too, I'm just going to say it. I mean, probably getting the message. If you're fantasizing about your partner in a very physical way, the cards are asking you to stop doing that first and foremost. And then next we have, I don't, that's why I'm laughing. She's like, why are you laughing? Oh, well, that's why I'm laughing. But with the Hanged One here, there's a shift in perspective that needs to happen. There's a shift, and it's like knowing this needs to happen. It's like, I need to see this person in a different light, right? And also to see that this person is flawed. Not really. Okay, good. Okay. There's a feeling here of like, what would this mean then? Could mean it's not the right time to let go of them and that you do need a shift in perspective. Okay, so with Eight of Swords, this talks about this person does have flaws as well. And to just be aware of those as well, as far as like getting over them, like they're not perfect, right? They're not imperfect, but they're not perfect. And I think there's a feeling of this person was like stiff or bound in a way. Like it's almost like they couldn't express themselves or they were emotionally unavailable or something like that. Okay, so maybe you don't fantasize about them, but do you, how do I put this? Do you miss the sexual part of the connection? Like, is that something that is one of the reasons why you miss them a lot? Is that part of the sexual connection? Like, are you like fantasizing about it or something like that? Anyway, yeah, there's something about them being like blocked off. And with the Hanged One, this is like ultimately like a shift in perspective that needs to happen. So it's about looking at things from different angles. Like, you know, when you were in this situation with them, when they acted this specific way, we have not met, online connection for 2 years. Okay, got you. If they said a specific thing online in a specific way, like looking at how that should be, how that's interpreted, like what do they mean by that? Would that actually jive with me? Going back in time with my feelings, like was I looking at this clearly, or did I see it in a way where it was like not exactly like how they interpret it, something like that. Let me see if you're supposed to get over this person. No contact now. Or is Rach supposed to get over this person? Okay, Rach, I think this is one of the reasons. Nancy Lara says, hi, Cody. Hi, Nancy. I think this is one of the reasons. Sorry, I said that so lame. Like, hi, Nancy. How are you? Queen of Swords, Knight of Swords coming in. It might, I don't know. Is he going to come back? That's what I'm thinking based off this energy. It's almost like you're going with the flow, or at least this is how he perceived. Like, you're going with the flow and he's like fighting the flow to like, you come off as agreeable, he comes off as like contradicting, but that might work in this connection. I'm seeing something that like he might be coming back. So take it if it resonates, you know? She told me she's straight. Oh, what the heck? This is okay, this is like such a surprising. She told me she's straight. Okay. That's probably why I got the Eight of Swords, because it's like not being able to express affection. And then the wands is like, the reverse wands is like, the way the way it's like a one-sided fantasy. It's like a sexual, like fantasizing sexually about someone, but then maybe them not like doing that back to you, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like this person might come back. So that's also there. Let's see. King Vegeta says, we found the stray cat and she was dying from an infection, so we took her to the vet and saved her life. She's currently under the kitchen table sleeping and recovering from her operation. That's so fun. I don't remember the reading about the cat. I know we had a reading, King Vegeta, about the cat a long time ago, but I don't remember what I read for. Did the reading pan out? Like, I'd be curious to know. But it's funny that the cat is like, you have the cat now. That's so cool. Rach's Magic says, that's so sweet, I remember. Oh, you remember the reading with the cat, Rach? King Vegeta says, the reading was what happened to her. Oh, okay. Interesting, cool. Played out. Oh, that's so sweet. Light and Shadow Worker says, hi, wondering how I can get justice for my situation. It's messy. Just trying to seek justice yourself sounds a little messy to me, but I don't know. You can ask a question and then I can answer it. But keep in mind, I do have like certain ethics that I abide by. So as a reader, like if I see a question, I'll like let you know I won't answer it too. So just keep that in mind. King Vegeta says, she likes my room and sleeps on my bed. She's not astray anymore. That's so sweet. Cool. We have a new member of the family. You have to like, you can't post pictures in the chat, huh? What does she look like, King Vegeta? What does this cat look like? Okay, Ethereal Moonlight wants to know what's coming towards me. What's coming towards Ethereal Moonlight? What's coming towards Ethereal Moonlight? Whoa. Whew, okay. I'm gonna pull a timing card for you, Ethereal Moonlight. Okay, so this says in a few weeks, Ethereal Moonlight. Let me read this because it's like gotta piece it together. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, Ethereal Moonlight. Okay, Ethereal Moonlight says she loves the vibe here. Cool, cool. Let me see what King. No, I wish I could have pictures of her. She's an orange tabby, about 2 years old. Oh, cool, cool, cool. Okay, so let's see. I got to answer this question for Ethereal Moonlight. Okay, Ethereal Moonlight. In a few weeks, there's a feeling of a lot of people like competing over something or not agreeing or not working really well together. I don't know if you have a specific job where people are kind of can be at each other's throats or have difficulty working together. This could also be family members. This really could be any group of people, ethereal moonlight, where people are not collaborating. Like they're not collaborating. They're it's not like they're at each other's throats. It's just like there's no flow to the work. There's no flow to the work. Like you might be trying to delegate and be like, hey, you do this part of the job, you do this part of the job, you do this, but then they can't sync the jobs up. So I see ultimately you take on all these responsibilities. You go, oh no, I'm gonna do it all myself, is kind of what I'm seeing. There's a feeling of pulling it together and doing it all yourself. Now, in a few weeks, this could mean this is just happening in a day, in a few weeks, something like that. Like it doesn't even have to be that long of a period, but it just represents this transition from trying to get people to work together. It says that might relate to a dream I had. Cool, you might be one of those people that dreams the future then. But with 10 of Wands, I think there's this feeling of like wanting to take it on all yourself. Like, hey, it's the other Cody. I remember we connected last time. 10 of Wands means you're probably going to take it on all yourself. But 8 of Wands is interesting because it means you're either going to get the work done really quickly or the work is going to fall away. It's like letting go of the work, or it's like I think there's a reason this is happening. First of all, it is a challenge, but it's teaching you that you can get stuff done on your own. Like you can be like Superwoman or Superman is kind of the vibe that I'm getting, because 8 of Wands talks about just like this experience, just going, shooting, flying. And I do think there is a sense of divine intervention that's going to come into with this work, like especially with your energy. Like the universe is going to be pumping you full of all this energy, and you're going to get a lot of like accolades and appreciation. I want to get one more card to make sure that's the case. But there feels like a lot of accolades and appreciation from what you did at this either job situation, and it's going to like, yeah, it's going to pay off in the long run. Let me see. I think that's the case. Let's see. Let me pull one more card for that. Yeah, what is this? Hold on. What is this? Oh my God, okay. Okay. This is something that happened to me. It's the same exact story that happened to me. So interesting, and it's in a few weeks. This might be a smaller version of this, but there's going to be something about this period of work or work that you did that is setting you up karmically. So for whenever you leave a group of people, you're going to leave a community eventually. This is setting you up for leaving the specific community where everyone's at each other's throats or everyone's kind of fighting. If it's family, this would be like, say, for example, like a vacation away from family or something like that. But it feels workish. Like, I don't know if it's workish, because that's what it was for me, was coworkers. But you're going to leave this community of like workers, and then you are going to receive a bunch of money. So it's like, because you put in all this hard work and you just killed yourself working so hard, you're going to receive the payout for the amount of effort you put in. So the effort that you do in the next few, or in a few weeks when you have to start this project or do this thing, you will get a payout, divinely guided payout, in a period of time. And it's looking like it's not necessarily like an accomplishment. How do I put it? It's not like an accomplishment that you're getting from a person. Like, you're not going to hear a person say like, oh, you did such a good job. You may not, but it is going to be rewarded to you financially in the end. Especially after you let go of this particular situation. You let go of this heavy responsibility. And I do see divine intervention coming in and kind of like swiping it out from under your feet a little bit. But I do see that you're going to need a period of working really hard, because the universe in this particular regard is going to reward your hard work. This is a lesson that I had to learn, that like, you know, I'm not naturally a hard worker. It was very difficult. It was like my Saturn return, and I had to like do a lot of hard work and like just like labor. And I wasn't doing my calling. I wasn't doing what I was talented at. And like, I'm a hard worker when it comes to like tarot and stuff like that and all that good stuff. But like, you know, it's a different community. Spiritual community is a different community. It's like you can go based off like divine inspiration when you want to work or go online and stuff like that. And I can set my own work schedule, stuff like that. But this gives the vibe of like having to work really. I want to read what you wrote. Okay, so Dear Moonlight said, yes, I felt the shift in a Discord group I'm in. Wow. Ethereal Moonlight says, could be my channel too. Interesting. Yeah, it feels like there's something about, yeah, like if there's like a difficulty in your Discord group. The thing is, this comes in a few weeks. Are you a part of any other groups where like you would have to take on the full amount of work? King Vegeta says, can I ask why the character... Oh, Ethereal Moonlight says, yes, I'm an energy healer. Oh, interesting. So this might be having to like heal a bunch of people. This is so interesting. This might be like having to heal so many people and then eventually like the universe rewarding you for that work of healing people. But it does feel like there is some kind of ending coming too. But the ending doesn't feel like in the next few weeks. It feels like the next few weeks is just the workload is kind of what I'm seeing. So yeah, let's see here. Let's ask one more question. Ethereal Moonlight sent, what is that, a heart with hands? It's like, is that a super sticker? How fun. King Vegeta, you just disappeared. Yes, legal, I don't do legal. I don't do legal or medical. Cody, FYI, I can't do a super chat, but sent you a donation via PayPal. Oh man, I hope I get that too. I haven't opened my PayPal. The thing is like so not updated, but I probably will get it. Thank you for that. I probably will get it. I haven't done PayPal in a while. Let's see, but I appreciate that. It's amazing. Thank you. Ethereal Moonlight says, thank you, Cody. Ethereal Moonlight says, resonates. Ethereal Moonlight says, many blessings to you. Thank you, Ethereal Moonlight. I appreciate that. King Vegeta says, can I ask why the character Darts is popping up? Is it telling me to manifest being like him? What would happen if I do? I don't know who Darts is, but let's figure out why the character Darts is popping up. Okay. Why is the character Darts popping up? It's so funny when your intuition tells you to pull cards that have like nothing to do with the reading, and then you're like, how is this going to help the reading? Like I'm pulling a time card for King Vegeta's question, and I'm pulling a yeah, what does this mean? Okay, so it's like I'm being told to pull these cards, and like we'll find out, I guess. So there's some King Vegeta. I don't know where you live, but are there trains where you live, or subways, or something like that? Railways, anything like that? There's something about this character and what this character represents. It's like a sign for an event coming up in time that'll happen in October. And there's something about a subway or being on a railway or being on a trainway, something like that. There's a feeling of like at this point in time, feeling famous or recognized, but not externally. So this does feel like something that you did for yourself where you feel like very accomplished. Like this is a moment where you're like, wow, I really accomplished a specific task. I accomplished a specific goal. And I am seeing there's something about children on this train recognizing your energy on this subway. I'm going to get into why it represents this character in a second. But there's like some kid or something on the train and they're like looking at you, like they're admiring you. And the kids are reflecting your feeling of admiration is something that I'm seeing. Like there's something about like a baby laughing or smiling when you look at a baby or something, or like a child or something like that. With King of Cups here, there is a feeling that like you are ready for a transformation right now that your subconscious is kind of prepping you for. And this transformation is going to manifest at some time in October and is going to peak on a train or a subway or a railway is what I'm seeing, or at least by train track, something like that. And this is a feeling of internal accomplishment, and this could be a character perspective shift. I know you've worked with, I think we've had conversations about this before where you've done like character perspective shifts with like a specific character that pops up. But I think there's something about, maybe this is a way your intuition tells you you're transforming into a different person. I don't know. But there is a feeling of like having this idea of like a King of Cups energy where King Vegeta says, yes, with different characters or archetypes. Yeah, there feels like there's a feeling of having the King of Cups energy in your head, which is kind of reminding me of what this Dart person represents. And I don't know who the Dart character is, but it feels like someone who's centered, who can handle themselves in like situations where they can't see their way out of it. A feeling of being centered versus being in a state right now of being really ready for things. Like I feel like right now you're at the King of Wands stage where it's like I'm ready for things, but it's entering a phase of life. Like I said, October on the train. I don't know why that's coming through. This can also, the train can also be a representation for a journey and the fact that you're on tracks and there's no changing course. And it's like this journey that you're, and maybe that is a part, that archetype or that theme is something you've been thinking about lately. And maybe that's why this is all manifesting on a train. King Vegeta says, okay, so don't manifest being like darts then. I think it's one of those things where if you did, I think you maybe should, but I think it's one of the, like, especially if you feel called to, but it feels like one of those things where the archetype of darts is going to make more sense on the train. Like that's when you embody it. That's when it's like, whoa, I am this archetype. I am this person. And there's something about like kids seeing it, but not adults. And I think that's just because kids are more tapped in imaginatively in this regard. But it's like you have accomplished something in this moment. And it's like, it's in October. It's not that far away. It's like next month, right? But it feels like that. I don't know if, does Dart take trains or anything like that? I don't know. I'd be really curious about this reading because it's coming through in such odd ways, and I felt really called to pull time cards and place cards, and yeah, I'd be curious what you think. But yeah. No, he doesn't have anything to do with trains. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'd be curious what happens. Christina D says, should I do the ayahuasca ceremony in the next months? I think this is going to be my last question. We're already on a... King Vegeta says, you described the character pretty accurately, though. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I think there's something about, like, when you become this character, like, kids notice it first or something. Oh, King Vegeta, do you have a... Oh, no, this would be both. Okay. King Vegeta, I don't know if you have like a therapist or a counselor or someone you talk to work you through issues and stuff, but this could be something that might be fun to bring up in that context. And Christina D, it says, should I do the ayahuasca ceremony in the next months? I would say with this card coming up for both you and King Vegeta, do it with a guided professional, have someone guide you through it. Would that be something that would happen with it? Because I'm seeing a guide is important. King Vegeta says, he is someone who's incredibly strong, has an ethereal aura vibe to him. LOL. Interesting, yeah. Christina D says, yes. Okay, good. There would be a guide. King Vegeta says, I'm going to ask ChatGPT if I should manifest being like Dart. Okay. I got the 8 of Pentacles in reverse that came out for when you to ask ChatGPT if you should manifest being like Dart. Just be careful of going down a rabbit hole with ChatGPT. I like ChatGPT personally. Like sometimes I'm just like, I'm just gonna ask Chat, but I don't take Chat too seriously. But yeah. Christina D says ChatGPT scares me. Yeah, Chat can be scary because I don't know. There's like different stuff that it can, yeah. It's very, like the problem with Chat is it's like a yes machine. Like it just agrees with you constantly. And sometimes that's not necessarily what we need. Like, and I don't know if different AI services are different, but Chat is like designed right now, currently in the current time, to constantly agree with you. You know, it's like a yes machine. And so, and the thing is, it pulls sources from random pieces of information all over the internet without judging where it's pulling from. And we already know that like information on the internet is just so all over the place anyway, you know? And so it's like, King Vegeta says, ChatGPT has disagreed with me before. Yeah, I would say ChatGPT does disagree too. Depends on like, for example, if you ask it like a very obvious black and white question, when it comes to like facts and information, I would say from my experience, my personal experience, hold on, King Vegeta says like it straight up told me to not manifest a certain thing. Oh, interesting. Wow. See, I feel like my chat's just like, go for it, do it. You're the best. Let's see. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna pull one more card for you, King Vegeta, to see if you should manifest being like Dart. Oh, this one must have come through. These ones. Oh, King Vegeta, you're being asked to not manifest being like Dart right now because there's something about appreciating the other archetypes that you've already been in your life and going through a review process right now currently before you manifest a new archetype into your life. There's a feeling of let's review the old archetypes and let's go over them and let's see why we appreciated each one. And there might be a feeling coming up that maybe Dart came up right now, but maybe there's a feeling coming up in the next couple weeks or something. October. Yeah, about like manifesting Dart later, right? And it might be in October that you're supposed to manifest him, you know? All right, guys, I think I'm going to get off. I'm going to bid you all adieu. Thank you for being here with me today. It was a lot of fun. I had a blast. I love you all so much. I'm really happy and grateful I get to read for you guys. I don't know. I just, you know, this job brings me joy. And yeah, if you feel like booking a personal reading, I have an Etsy page where I offer single and multi-question readings. I have a cheaper option that's a 3-card reading. That one's pretty good if you just want like a quick question answered, but you don't want a lot of info. And then I also have stone scrying readings, which are really popular right now. A lot of people are getting those. Those are relatively inexpensive too. King Vegeta says, by the way, my cat is kind of the same color as your hair. Oh, wow. My hair is kind of like, I didn't realize it at the time, but I dyed it the colors of like Labradorite, like the colors that are in Labradorite, which is super interesting. I didn't realize it. Like we just picked out all the colors and it's just like Labradorite colors. GC says, thank you. King Vegeta says her name is Gene. I'm just gonna meditate to that, like Gene. It's just like, anyway, guys, I'll catch you later. Oh, I did say it right. Cool. Awesome. King Vegeta says you said it right. Anyway, so I'll see you guys later, and thanks for watching, and bye.